So yesterday, arenanet released a blog post regarding the studio update for the next 3 months. This video is edited footage from my stream where I discuss my opinion and the future of Guild Wars regarding this blog post. I'm Summer and now enjoy. I don't want to read all of it, but I just want to skim over it and talk about what I think about the part that they are talking about and get you some more insight maybe. Because not only this blog post was released, but they also have some article. I think it was MMO RPG or something. And they will get some more information there as well. So, Roaming Spirit, the World vs. World changes, at least the ones that they talked yesterday about, was actually, I'm pretty sure all of them will come with the next patch. So, next week on Tuesday. Yes, I'm pretty sure. But we will get to that in the end of the blog post, I think, as well. So, we will get in the next thing, we will get the next raid, really cool. We get a new legendary spear and no new map. That's really important that we don't get a new map. We will only get the convergence and the raid. And the thing is, with the World vs. World rewards, that's one big upset. So while we are at it, let's talk about the World vs. World stuff. So they talk here, just to summarize, they talk about how they implement the stuff and what they think about it, what they did show yesterday, so that we get more rewards for defending and objectives and not having to kill players. If you want a deeper look, you can watch the summary on my YouTube channel about what they said on stream. But in general, they just want to make it more easily integrated in a normal gameplay so that you just get rewarded for playing the World vs. World game mode and are not punished for defending objectives for a long time. Because previously, if you didn't kill an enemy and still defended it, you didn't get anything, you know. And now you will get some stuff, which is good, in my opinion. And they will also change the points per kill and the victory points. That's interesting, but it's not changing a lot because most of the time there is still no incentive to win the matchup. I think that's the biggest criticism people have, that there is no incentive to win the matchup. So what do you get for being the first place server? Nothing. You know, there's nothing that you get for that. And that should be addressed in the future for sure. Rather soon, I would say. But it's hard to say, you know, what should they do? I don't know. But they should come up with that, you know, that's their thing. They should come up with solutions to problems they have in their game. Yeah, I mean, the reward tracks, I think they did not talk a lot about rewards in general. I think they should talk more about reward tracks. They say here, to make World vs. World more rewarding, we've added unique skins and fusions and new ways. But in general, I would say they should make more World vs. World centered stuff as well. You know, that you get for playing a lot, you should get rewarded with World vs. World related stuff that is only in World vs. World, that is unique and gives you some incentive to go there and play different stuff. I think the infusion was good, but it's a really high, big ticket item. I think there should be some little bit smaller ones as well, at least in my opinion. But what was also cool is that they will now get the Warclaw immediately for World vs. World, so that people can just enter it and then can train it via the mastery track in World vs. World and don't have to do some weird unlock stuff. Really cool. And the new exotic gear with stat selectable attributes is also really good, just because they will also get the Demolisher stats that they said they will release, which are a little bit like Berserker or Marauder gear, but instead of vitality or nothing, they will have toughness. Really cool. And then they said they will have a little bit of updates to the UI elements, so that you now get to see how many people have selected your guild as a World vs. World guild. That's also quite nice. And yes, so really important part here is also that you now can actually, I'm not sure if that will come also in the next patch, because that's actually a really big change. that you now can easily transfer between North America and European data centers. That's actually crazy, because currently you have 20 or so servers in the sense, for different data centers, but they are not having any value anymore because you are not in World vs. World together. There are mega servers and PvEs for years, so that doesn't make any sense. And now it's just 500 gems to transfer from EU to NA. I think that's crazy good. I think that's really cool, so you can play with people on both servers really easily. That's really cool. And there they say what I said before, that the push game mode will sometime in early 2025 be more, let's say, developed. So back to the Demolisher stats. So I think it's really cool to get the stats. I think the Demolisher stats are somewhat missing in PvE and World vs. World. I think in PvE it might be worth on some tank builds to run. For example, if you want to tank a boss, but in World vs. World it's way more impactful, I would say. I think you can do a lot of builds actually that were not reliant on Marauder gear that can now get some value from toughness. For example, classes that have high baseline life, like for example Ranger or Warrior. Warrior not that much, but for example Necromancer, that have a really high life pool baseline, and you want to have some more toughness. That's incredible, for them. So I would say Power Reaper can run that really easily, or some Sigam Soul Beast, or some Soul Beast that wants not to be ranged all the time. I think that's some really good Demolisher stats can help with that, So I think it's a really good addition. And I'm always up for more different stat sets. I think it's just improving the game overall, Of course, if they are not broke, if you would do some Celestial, but you get not, if there are some really broken stats, then of course not. But if there's some mixes, I think that's really cool. Yeah, I agree that Necromancer might not be the perfect target for those stats, just because you need the life force. But at the same time, it might not be too much, because in PvP a lot of times Necromancer also ran with Rapid Amulet, just to make sure that you get toughness. But I would say there is still value in taking Marauder or Demolisher. I think you can also go for some mix. I think that's also fine. I think it's really cool that they add stuff like that. And they will add Guild Wars 2 to the Epic Games Store. That's also nice, so that we have some Steam and Epic Games Store action. Really cool. And then they just tell us that we have some upcoming events in the next few months. So we have the new patch coming up next week. This week we have the new Hero Jumpstart event, which is actually really good. So currently we get the extra life bonus, which is 11 times the amount that is listed here. So 55% magic find, 55% experience gain, all sources. That means also World vs. World. And then you get 33% reward track in PvP and World vs. World. And this stays for 1 more week. One more week. And then you get the new Hero Jumpstart boost, which will also give you 50% experience gain, 30% magic find, 30% World vs. World reward track gain, and PvP train. That's really good. So both of them together is insanely rewarding. So you should, even if you're not a new player, you should do a lot of competitive modes, or at least play as much as you can, because it's so much more rewarding than normal. Yeah, and then we get some nice celebration here. I don't know what exactly that is. December we have Winter's Day, nothing special, maybe some new skins. And then we have some new return event, PvP rush event. There will be PvP a lot of, maybe in this time there will be push again or something, but maybe not. Then there will be a balance update. I'm really looking forward to that one. Hopefully some big reworks. And we get the Lunar New Year event. So nothing crazy actually in the next 3 months. I did not expect anything crazy, but just confirmed my suspicion. Yeah, and then we get, this time we get the Legendary Spear, a weapon set, and relics, some masteries, and new decorations, and of course the raid wing and the conversions. So there will be some nice content in this story, but not any open world stuff. No new map this time. New map will be next time, so in February I would guess sometime. Which is okay. It's a little bit sad, of course, but I think if they improve the PvE stuff with raids and convergences, I think that's fine to not add a map. I think, for me at least, I think I'm still happy. And I'm really looking forward to the spear. We will get to that in a second. But it looks really good. So we get a new story, we get a new Wizard's Vault, we will get some more information on the new rewards soon. So before the patch, of course. And that looks quite good. We will get the Legendary Spear, probably with some kinds of collection to it. And also it's confirmed in the article that they also were posting that it will have 6 different variants. So it will be some kind of the arena spear idea, so that we get 6 different variants to the same legendary. We don't know how it looks, and we also don't know how we will get it. Probably it will be some kind of new collection, but it's really cool. So we have, so to say, 6 more skins that we can go for. Really nice. So hopefully that will be some long-term grind, so that we have something to do for the next 3 months. So the raids are back. I talked about that. We will get 3 bosses, Kriya, Decima and Ura, and they will also be in the convergence. However, the convergence will only start with 1 boss, and they will slightly add that after time, which was just like in Soto release, exactly the same. And they will keep it somewhat similar, so you have a narrated story that you go through the raid and the strike mission, the raid and the convergence, but the battles will of course be a little bit different in the mechanics, because you fight with 10 or 50 players. So I really hope that the raids are back with this, and not only people play it once and then you will still see only 90% of the people that want to sell the raids for new players. I think if they nail the difficulty in this, it might be really good. If it's easy enough for new people to join in, and it's cool enough for people to stick around and play it, it would be great. Especially when it comes down to that we get the challenge mode and the legendary challenge mode, which will be way harder. Of course, they will be released in 3 months after that, so it's not that crazy right now, but we will get there. I think they will make it easy. I'm pretty sure that it will be easy, just because they want to get value from their raids. If it's too hard, a lot of people won't play it. And if it's easy enough and the rewards are rewarding enough, I think a lot of people that are not interested in raids might join in, if it's easy enough. Yeah, about the conversions I talked about, it's just the same map, but it's a little bit different, fresh experience, and it's also apparently a little bit changing. It's not always the exact same conversions, which looks cool. Let's hope it's fun. They will also integrate the Warclaw to some extent. I hope it's not too boring and too weird, but I guess it's the same duration than the Soto Strike convergences, which is good. At least in my opinion. And let's take a look at the 12. Trailer.
Let me tell you a story.
And there they also show the new spear actually. So the Kodan tells the story about the raid and the convergence, and we replay it every time. So we climb apparently on top of the mountain. It's not so important what he tells, I would say, but you can see some Warclaw action probably in the convergence, a lot of Warclaws going on there. Hope it's not too much. And now we will soon see the new spear as well. I mean, looks quite nice. Some lava flowing, some really cool action. And here we see the spear. Right. These are supposedly the new legendary spears. I think we only see one variant here. but it looks quite cool, really crude, really bony, a little bit wood style. Quite nice, I would say. Nothing too flashy. I'm not sure what the animations will be and how the variants will look like, but it's quite nice, I would say.
We used to carve out legend.
Some kind of ice effect. I think that will be for sure one variant, or at least looks quite nice.
Betrayal, when affection has just begun to burn.
And here you can see again, we have the mechanics that we already saw in the world boss. A little bit different probably, but might be more punishing. It looks quite cool, I would say.
Well,
And there you can see a summary of what's happening. Nothing crazy, just typical stuff that you would expect. Yeah, I think that's it so far for the blog post. I'm looking forward to the update. Let's hope it's also delivering, especially on the skin side, on the raid side, and on the relic side, in my opinion. But I guess we will see. I hope you liked this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like. If you want to see more content like this, don't forget to subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Thanks a lot for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.